hired me. He hired me on the spot. Showed up dressed to impress, dressed the way I felt, had a Mont Blanc pen, black wingtip shoes, double-breasted pinstripe black and gray suit. Walked past me, came off his lunchtime. He walked past me because, busy man. I know him very well now. But that moment, very busy man. For the responsibility that he had, addressed in a store that were number 6 out of 8 stores in the nation, he was like, what is going on? How am I gonna get this up? Well, that was the day he made the best decision and best choice ever. I was standing in front of resource door. His secretary that ran everything, Miss Pat Hufford. He looked at her. I was standing in the hall. Miss Hufford was getting ready to call me into her office. George came from his lunch break. He walked past me. They should say a man says a lot about his shoes. I had that military rigid non-personality attitude. My shoes spit shine. Some of you guys out here know what I'm talking about. The ones that are in my generation, our generation, before the internet, social media, and everything else destroyed all that. When a man was about himself by the words he chooses to use and the promises that he keeps and the words that he does not break. He said, get this man an interview. That was it. I had a job the next day. Because of that, number 1 in the nation. I was old past glory. What have I done lately? That's the question. Well, I still have to answer that because between now, all I have is now. By the time my casket drops, I'm gonna get mine. Everything that's owed to me. No shortcuts. No excuses. No kind of ill will towards anybody else. All I can do is focus on me. That's it. So that means I'm still getting mine. When it was all said and done, I did still get fired. But they was laying people off anyway. So George taught us and told us, while you working for Sears and you under my instructions, and it was a technicians total of about 28 of us, you will take on the responsibility of doing your job as if this is your company. I was like, oh, you gonna give us rain like that? Oh, that's all I had to hear. Man, I took off. And every customer that I dealt with was my customer. And they tried to fire me. They really did. They gave me 2 days worth of work to do in 8 hours. And I did it like in 6 hours. I didn't take lunch, I didn't take breaks. I worked through those times. And it was like, to me, I was a aviation electrician, which I knew electrical principle. I know electrical theory. And appliances is electrical. But to me, I'm working on an aircraft, chasing miles and miles and miles and miles and miles of wires. Prior to that, I was a supervisor and unknown, never heard of, writing my own evals, evaluation vowels coming out of the military as an E4. Unheard of. I put myself in a position, rather, not myself, I didn't. You know who did. Faith, strength, respect, loyalty, honor. That is what did that. In layman's term, God. I was able to write my own evals. And what did I give myself? 4.0. That's the highest you can have. No questions asked. They signed off on them. I was a supervisor of first lieutenant. Sounds impressive, doesn't it? I was about 20 years old, 21 years old. First lieutenant is, yeah, custodial. They give you temporary billets and where you got to go do something outside of what you are grade to do. So I was temporary billet to being a janitor, but I had a little bit of rank. As a E4, everybody underneath me, they scrubbed those toilets. Everybody underneath me, they polished those floors. Everybody underneath me, I didn't come into work. I felt what it felt like to be independent of someone that had control of their destiny, and I felt the power of being in control of other people. And believe me, while I was a supervisor and those guys did their job, when it was time for me to write their evals, and of course, you know, the lower ranks, they always put the flunkies in those types of jobs, thinking it's a disgusting job, thinking it's beneath everybody else. You know, nah. Them dudes came in with 3.1s evaluations, 2.6 evaluations, 2.1 evaluations. When I got done with them, if I ranked myself as a 4.0, and I never came in, they did everything. I gave them enough on their evals so that they would be able to stay in the service. I gave them 3.8. I couldn't give them 4.0. They're not, you know, they should be the supervisor then. So I gave them 3.8s, but they had 1.8s, 2.1. So basically, everything is evaluated. They did their job. Everything looked great. I noticed that pattern about what I do. Now, I'm in my 50s. Heydays. Walking in the woods to control my aggressions. Taking a YouTube evaluation so I can share this great information that you guys are not taking advantage of. You're crying about everything. It's not appreciated by the older gentlemen. We're getting tired of it. We're getting sick of you guys crying. Everything is given as long as you want it for yourself. Other than doing it yourself, it's not going to get done. And unfortunately, technology has made things a little bit more difficult to do. It made it to where you have to be intelligent to get what you want. It made it to where you have to go to school, study science, computer programming, carpentry is available. Mechanics is available. All types of things are available. The internet has all type of sources. YouTube is a great source. Don't you understand that YouTube in 10 years from now, you guys don't know how to forecast your future? 10 years from now, YouTube is going to monetize where it's going to be a major staple of income. You get monetized, you get 10,000 views, you can potentially make $10,000 a month. That's not looking at a YouTube hustle, that's just the facts. It used to be that you didn't have to be monetized. It used to be that you can just get a certain amount and then bam. They just put a commercial on your channel and then you're off running. You can do all kinds of stuff on that phone. You can damage yourself, you can cause yourself pain, agony, arguments, gossip, rumors. You guys stop that mess. This is the stuff that I'm seeing, this is the stuff that I'm dealing with. This is some real factual things. It's called, if I got to vent, then vent with a purpose. Have something to vent on instead of on each other. I deal with it every day. There's people in my life that I'd be like, hey, let's get this right. And there's people in their lives that are like, hey, all you doing is not what you're supposed to be doing. They don't mix. It's like water and oil. Somebody's right, somebody's wrong. That's the way this works. But the way you know if you're doing it the way it's supposed to be designed, You wait till you get older. They used to always say, you wait till you get old. You understand? And keep up with time. Keep up with the current times and events. Keep up with it. Oh, by the way, I made it to the top of the Chalinda Trail and I'm already headed down. It only took 7 minutes. I realized that's a 15 minute trail. All I need was that for today. But I'll be out here. I'm thinking that this is a good source of exercise, of course, because I gotta get my heart rate up. I'm a very high strung individual. When I was younger, I was definitely, muscular. And with that look and football and aggression, I intimidate. I chose to use my mind, not to use my bronze. If I got into a altercation, I use my mind about it. If I was going to insult you, I was going to insult you with my intelligence. By you telling me I can't do something, I'm going to prove to you that I can. Period. That's what I did. And so, man, you guys got to figure this out. First of all, you got to stay busy. Second of all, you got to have income. Third of all, these women ain't playing. These new generation women, they are not playing. Yeah, they look good. We look good. We're handsome. We built. They look sexy. They're beautiful. They look very, very enticing. But after a while, after a while, it gets old. And then you're left there by yourself. Believe me, I know. Believe me, I know. I had to make so many different options. I had to do so many different refiguring situations out just so that I could make it to be here right now. So fellas, man, these women ain't gonna want us if we keep this route. Things that I'm seeing might be a little bit too personable, but I only can speak on what I know, what I experience. That's all I can speak on. And so I'm finding myself here because this is what I need. In my 20s, yeah, I'm a little hard-headed, retarded, in the sense of I'm not listening to nothing you saying. Headstrong in the sense of I don't like that. That's not what I'm going to be doing, and you can't tell me otherwise. But I bought a house at 22, 23 years of age. But I was married too, so I had a wife and a child. All right, no longer married. Child was grown, but you know how that goes. But I'm just saying, the things that I could be doing for myself, I'm happy with what I have. I'm happy. The more you have, the more is expected of you. So, but if you can't figure out how to get it and keep it, no use having it. All right, no use having it. Drugs ain't gonna let you keep and have nothing. It's gonna just get you where you're supposed to be for somebody else to profit off of you. That's all that's gonna do. Straight up. Any of that other stuff, same process, same thing. Straight up. And school. Some of us not meant for college. I went 2 semesters. Hey, went to the service. Service gave me what I needed. Taught me a skill. Put it to work. Man, Sears gave me a job. Gave me a challenge. Didn't want me, but I took them to a whole nother level. And by the way, when George said, run this business as if it's yours, and when I got fired, and George knew they was laying us off, guess what George and Pat did for me? They sent me a truck supply of parts. A truck supply. You don't understand what I'm saying. They sent me over $5,000 of free parts. And I went off to business on my own. Bottom line is, don't give up. Stop blaming others. Man, don't give up. Stop questioning your own self-esteem and your own confidence. Stop questioning it. Don't question it. Nephew and PO 503 senior, man, Broham, love you, bro. Man, you putting in the work, bro. Love you, man. For real though. Man, for real though. For real.